A distraught dad does his best to cope as this mother of 4 simply vanishes.
My stomach's in knots, I can't eat, haven't been able to eat properly.
Plus, a race against the clock as a young man goes missing on the Hawkesbury River.
Somebody has to return that person and bring him back.
Give it a nose.
And a cold case hots up as police prepare to question the woman they think is Talei Pless, missing for 9 years.
She's skinny enough to wear.
Morning, all.
Monday morning at the
Morning,
Missing
sir.
Persons Unit, and another busy week ahead.
All right, over the weekend there were 71 reports.
Today,
Still
Diana
3
Cassie
outstanding.
is feeling confident that after 9 years of searching, she may have finally found Talei Pless.
Okay, and there's also another missing person.
Gary
Twin
Melchiori has a land and sea search to organise.
There's a person missing, a boat capsized off Dangar Island.
He's only too aware that time is running out. But amongst the dozens of people reported missing on the weekend, one case stands out.
Also got a 21-year-old female reported by her husband.
Julianne Price, a young mother of 4 who has simply disappeared. The case of Julianne Price is today's priority for Senior Constable Vanessa Rolfe.
Oh, the missing person's mobile's in the event. That's the only
Julianne's 4 children are all under 6. She's been missing from Wollongong for almost a week, but her disappearance has only just been reported to police.
There's no listing for the address at Tawarji.
The Missing Persons Unit has very little information to work with, and it's not helped by the fact that Julianne's husband, Damien, has no telephone. So for Vanessa, it's a 1.5 hour drive just to find him on the outskirts of Wollongong.
Hello. You Damien? Vanessa Rolfe. Spoke to you on the phone earlier?
My wife has, just completely just taken off for like 7 days, 6 days. This is the 6th day she's gone missing.
Husband Damien has his hands full consoling baby Holly, who can't understand why Mummy is gone.
I haven't slept. I'm up till 1 o'clock in the morning, looking out the windows for her, and just my stomach's in knots. I can't eat. Haven't been able to eat properly.
It's not the first time Julianne has spent a night away from home either. But for 6 days now, her family have been ringing her mobile non-stop, and it continually rings out.
It's just the not knowing what's going to happen next. I can't understand why she would do this, though. I mean, she's got 2 beautiful kids here. I mean, I haven't heard nothing from her, and she just hasn't bothered to, to come and see how the kids are. I love them to bits,
Hi, it's Constable Diana Cassie from the
Back at the Missing Persons Unit, Diana Cassie and Darren Connerbeer continue their search for Talei Pless.
Look at her nose.
After fresh sightings of Talei last week, police believe there could be a breakthrough in this 9-year-old case.
It all depends what story you
After
heard.
publishing her photo nationwide, Diana and Darren worked their way through each new lead one by one.
Is she a working girl?
No, we don't believe so.
A process full of pain and hope for Talei's brother, Richard, who's never stopped looking for her.
We just want to know that she's safe, she's sound. It's a big world, for God's sake. There could be so many things going on. See that lady over there? It looks just like Talei.
Today, some fantastic news for the Missing Persons Unit. An anonymous caller claims that Talei Pless has assumed a new identity and that they've not only seen her, but know where she is. So they give police her name, address and phone number.
It's either one of the most coincidental things we've come across, or it's going to be her.
It's the very break they've been waiting so long for.
We're going to go to there and conduct some inquiries with her and hopefully find out whether or not it is one and the same.
Back in Wollongong, on the trail of young mother Julianne Price, the Missing Persons Unit is off to question her mother, Teresa, the last person known to have seen Julianne 6 days ago.
She's married, she's got 4 kids. She was here last Wednesday, but nobody's seen her since.
Do you have a photo?
Robert, get the wedding photo off the wall, will ya? It's the only time my daughter looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, old Patrick's. I think that's Julianne. And that's Damien. Damien's the father of the little girl he's got there. And I don't know. Joshua, I think, is Darren's, but Damien brings him up. And Darren's got Kyle and Travis. She's got 4 altogether. She's only 21.
I'm assuming.
In the Talei Pless case, Darren and Diana are about to arrive at the workplace of the person they believe may be Talei.
So it's going to be interesting. So as I said, there's so many coincidences. It'll be interesting.
The information, given by an anonymous caller, seems a perfect match to their missing person. Age, height, weight, features, and using the unusual first name, Talei.
You can do the introductions to her, and then we'll go from there. Well, this is going to be interesting.
9 years of searching have come down to this one moment.
From this distance, I really can't tell. She's skinny enough to be.
I wonder if it is her.
Well, could be. I'd say we'll know when she gets a bit closer and ask her a few questions.
She's done it before.
In Wollongong, Teresa Price is getting more and more anxious about the disappearance of her daughter, Julianne.
She was here last Wednesday, but nobody's seen her since. I hope nothing's happened to her this time. Has Julianne shut up? No, he just shut up. I know what she's doing.
Does that look like her?
It's very similar to her.
Yeah, just introduce us.
Hi, Talei. Diana, how you going? Finally nice to put a name to the face. This is Darren.
Talei, how you going?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Thank you.
So you know why we're here?
I do, yes.
Okay. Well, what we've got a report of is a missing person back in 1996, Talei Pless. And I believe you're Talei Pickering.
That's correct.
What a good coincidence. That's the picture we've got of her there.
Yes.
What we intend to do is just ask you a few questions.
Sure.
And make some investigations from there. What we'd also be looking at, and this is entirely up to you, whether or not you'd be willing to supply us with a voluntary DNA sample.
Because she's been running away since she was about 10-year-old.
Oh,
My husband and I spent a fortune on petrol looking for her all the time.
Teresa last spoke with her daughter almost a week ago, and Julianne told her then she was getting back with her ex-boyfriend, Darren.
What did she say to you?
Well, I said, "Where are you, Julianne?" And she said she's at Darren's. And I said, "Well, go home."
If she is at Darren's, it's certainly bad news for her husband, Damien, but it's also case closed for the Missing Persons Unit.
She's got 4 kids and she's got to settle down there.
Because of its sensitive nature, Talei Pickering asked police if they could continue their questioning in a nearby park, away from her work.
Well, as I said, I'll just again explain why we've got you dragged out here today. An anonymous caller contacted our Crime Stoppers unit and they thought you might have been the one for us. I'll just start by asking you a few questions.
Sure.
Your next of kin, what's your mother's name?
It's now been 7 days, and in their pursuit of mother of 4, Julianne Price, police turn up unannounced at the home of her ex-boyfriend, Darren.
She pisses off and then, of course, yeah, she's using me as an excuse while her husband thinks she's here. I'm not going to be responsible. I'm not going to cover for her. She ain't here. She was here. She left, so you deal with it yourself. So.
Darren is the father of 2 of Julianne's toddlers, Travis, 4, and Kylie, who's 5. Disappointed that their mum promised to visit them 6 days ago and never turned up.
I don't care what you're doing with yourself, your friends, your husband, whatever. Just stop telling them that you're coming over and then you don't turn up.
So you haven't heard from her
Since Wednesday. I tell you, she's a regular time outer. I'm a useless help because all I could tell you is, well, If you want to delve into the background, yeah, she could be in Blacktown, Penrith, Liverpool, you name the area, she knows someone where she can go and get a bit funky. So.
Where were you born?
Balmain.
Diana and Darren soon realise questions alone are not going to resolve whether this woman is Talei Pless.
Have you got your driver's licence there by any chance, Talei, as well? Get some details.
But she's still the best hope yet of ending her brother, Richard's 9-year nightmare.
I'll stop and I'll actually stare at somebody, and they must think I'm a stalker or something. I'm not. But I'll actually stop and stare at somebody for a couple of seconds and just say, is that Talei? Scared to even go up to them. Like, that's the other thing. I'm just scared, you know? What do you do? What if she is so upset with me or Mum or Dad or anyone that even us getting close to her and saying hello or something might scare her off again? We don't do that. So all I'm asking is that if she's around, we know she's okay. That's all I'm asking.
What we'd like to do, if you're willing to do so, is provide us with a DNA sample today that we can do for a comparison against this missing person.
For Richard and his family, only this DNA test will prove conclusively whether this is Talei Pickering or Talei Pless.
Just rub it and make sure you can get as much moisture as you can, and then place it back into. Just give it back to me, and I'll place it back into here. It's like sucking on a lollipop.
Okay.
Yep, thank you for that.
Back at the Missing Persons Unit, another new case has the office scrambling. Gary Melchiori takes an urgent call.
Have you got an address for this missing person? What were the conditions like?
Michael Varon was reported missing last night after falling from a dinghy
100 metres
into the
offshore,
freezing waters of the Hawkesbury River.
Okay, 11:45.
And hasn't been seen since.
Have you found a next of kin for this missing person yet? No
With
worries.
the clock
If you need any
ticking,
services,
Gary
just-
begins tracking down Michael's
Okay,
family.
bye.
Hi guys, hiya.
Meanwhile, at the scene, Inspector Pauline Bellamore coordinates the land and sea search.
Hi, we actually at this present moment have the police divers out there with Launch Brooklyn, and they are doing a search of the area where the missing person was last seen. We also have a number of police who are actually combing the actual shore areas of both Danga Island and Long Island. So that was where the missing person was last seen about 12:15 this morning.
We've got that, we've got a date of birth, we've got the registration.
Diana
of
is
his
confident
vehicle.
she and her partner have found Talei Pless, but Darren isn't so sure.
Because
And
whether or
while
not
they
you give
wait
it to
for
me
the
after
DNA
this
results,
says there's 5 major
fresh
branches,
leads
we would
keep
send it off to
pouring
all
in.
of them. An informant who rang up Crime Stoppers in relation
The
to
latest
another
is that
hospital
Talei
fire in
Pless
relation
has
to
been
Talei.
seen living amongst the homeless in the
He's
city.
going to be with us.
Okay, then we'll chase that up.
Cool.
See what happens Thursday.
Okay, guys, what we'll do, we'll start searching again now, and what I might get you to do is extend our search area a bit wider.
Meanwhile, at search headquarters, with hundreds of kilometres of bushland surrounding the river, there's every hope that Michael Varon somehow made it to shore and is lost in the bush.
I could hear someone yelling out help, and they were very panicky at that point in time. That's when I decided to jump out of bed.
Steve Moxham was first on the scene.
I could see a figure at the bow of the blue yacht out here, and my neighbour was on his way out already to pick that fellow up. He said there's another one in the water. His name is Michael, and he's not a good swimmer. We weren't sure whether he was still swimming or whether he had gone under or what.
Moxham knows the dangers of these waters better than most, and time is running out. Hyde Park and St Mary's Cathedral in the heart of Sydney. Diana and Darren are meeting council worker Nathan Gray, who's called the Missing Persons Unit after seeing Talei's missing poster.
How are you?
Well, thanks. Thanks for coming along, mate. Obviously, you know why we're here.
Yeah.
trying to track down Talei Pless.
Yep.
Missing person. You reckon you've seen her in the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, when was the last time you think you saw her?
Well, actually, the last time I saw her was just next to the toilets over there at opposite the cathedral.
How long ago?
Probably it was on the last council flower show.
How confident are you that it's her?
Have to be 99, 100%.
Think so?
Yeah.
News that Talei may be living in Hyde Park makes perfect sense to Talei's brother, Richard. Some of Talei's happiest times have been spent here.
This is definitely a place that Dad would come to and would bring Talei. Talei was very culturally aware. She loved the Australian Museum, the art gallery, the church, surrounded by the parklands. Definitely Hyde Park is that type of place that Talei, the Talei that I know, would go.
In the search for man overboard, Michael Varon, police divers are working their way up the river.
Service to both divers, move to the shot and begin your circular jackstay search. Copy.
Copy that. Moving to the shot.
That launch has been utilised. The line is attached to the divers, and the divers are utilising that to be taken in the direction in which they need to go.
If we've got visibility, we're looking for a body shape. They do stand out rather well. It's not nice, but somebody has to do it, and somebody has to return that person and bring him back and put a bit of finality to it.
Copy that. One call. Left bottom.
We've had a couple of leads on this girl so far, and everyone that sees us. You never ever saw where she'd wander off to or anything?
Yeah, well, they actually, you see the, like that statue down there?
Yep.
Well, they used to hang around sort of just in behind there. Just in under those trees down there.
Knock, knock. Anyone home?
There's blankets in the sleeping bag there. It might be worthwhile coming back and seeing if someone comes back here tonight.
On the Hawkesbury River, it's the second day of the search for Michael Varon. Police have finally located his parents and sister, and they too have arrived on the scene.
I mean, last night I stayed at my mum's. I even slept in his room because I just thought he's here. It's always easier when you sort of see other people going. It doesn't affect you, but when you go through it, you exactly know what pain other people go through. They're still searching Michael. I feel comfortable here, just being out here. It just makes me feel I'm close to him.
In Wollongong, 8 days after she was reported missing, mother of 4, Julianne Price, has finally turned up.
Well, what happened was Damien started calling me an S word and we had a big fight, and I just packed my shit up and I just left. I couldn't handle it no more, and I went to Heath's, the bloke I'm with now.
She said she wasn't missing. She did. She said she wasn't missing. She knew where she was. That's her opinion, wasn't it, Julianne? I wasn't missing.
But it's no laughing matter for the police, who are compelled to investigate every reported case.
Some people aren't that grateful that the police get involved in like attempting to locate them. A lot of people don't want to be located. In this scenario, Julianne didn't think that she was missing, so she didn't think that what we were doing was any of use to her or helpful, or you know, didn't seem to care that there were family members that did have concerns for her safety.
You can see here, these are individual sites that we look at to...
At the forensic laboratory, the DNA results for the woman suspected of being Talei Pless have arrived.
We would expect some sharing of these alleles here. So the mother here is a 14-16. We would expect the offspring to have a 14 or a 16.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you can see here that there's neither.
It's a disappointment for Diana, but comes as no surprise to Talei Pickering.
Obviously, I knew I wasn't a missing person, but happy to assist to see.
Essentially, Talei Pickering is excluded as being the biological daughter of Talei Pless.
So, yeah, I thought it would be quite heartbreaking for the mum, you know, to get the information and then get a phone call later and say, no, sorry, it's not.
So while one avenue of investigation closes, Darren and Diana return to Hyde Park to follow up the information received earlier from council worker Nathan Gray.
3 months ago or something.
They meet up with Nathan at the soup kitchen as arranged, and now he's not the only one who claims to have seen Talei.
They were sitting down on the grass up there. The face hasn't changed, mate. The hair is the same.
She lost a lot of weight. It was scary. She got down to, it must have been below 30 kilos.
Skinnier eyes are a bit bigger than that, you know?
Actually, that's what I remember about. She looked like she was anorexic, mate.
Great care in her appearance. She was always dressed to the nines, brushed her hair consistently.
It looked like someone was looking after her, to be honest with you, mate, because she was well dressed in that.
She's not in any trouble. She's just listed as a missing person and her mum's trying to find her, so...
Mate, I recognise the face is exactly the same, mate. Just seen her around, mate. A few months ago, I saw her.
If Talei is living on the street and eating from a food van, it means she's alive. At least I know she's eating, I know she's alive, and that's cool. And to anyone that does help out in that situation, thanks. Doing a great service.
Talei Pless is still missing, but the Missing Persons Unit and her brother now believe they're closer than ever to finding her. But the wait goes on.
Talei, or anyone here in Australia or wherever who might see this show, if you see Talei, anyone that resembles Talei's photo, if you might even know her as Talei, for God's sakes, please just call the Missing Persons Unit.
Police reach a critical stage in the hunt for man overboard Michael Varon.
We search for the next 5 days. I just keep fingers crossed and hope they will find him.
And a brother's love takes him to the streets as he searches for his missing younger sister.
You haven't seen this girl around, have you, anywhere?